Deep within the industrial shadows of a city that never stops grinding, behind heavy iron doors and windows coated in decades of soot and oil, a mysterious mechanical ritual is unfolding. Most people see a finished object, a cold, shimmering piece of brass and lead, and think they understand its nature, but they are only witnessing the very last heartbeat of a long, complex, and incredibly violent life. To truly understand the soul of this craft, you must look past the final product and descend into the belly of the local factory, where the air is thick with the scent of ozone and cutting fluid, a place where raw, unformed elements are forced into a state of absolute precision through a process that defies the simplicity of its final form. This is where the story begins, not with a bang, but with a whisper, the sound of massive coils of raw brass unspooling in the flickering fluorescent light like ancient golden relics waiting to be awakened. These heavy, dull rolls of metal are the foundation of the casing, and they sit in the silence of the workshop until the giant machines begin to groan, awakening from their brief slumber to breathe purpose into the silent mass. The transformation starts when a massive punching press descends with a rhythmic, bone-shaking thud that vibrates through the very floor beneath your feet, biting into the flat brass ribbon and spitting out small, unremarkable discs that look more like buttons than the tools of ballistics. These discs are the seeds, the humble beginnings of a journey that will take them through fire, immense pressure, and a series of hardened steel dies that will stretch the very soul of the metal. Imagine the force required to push this brass through rings that grow smaller and tighter with every pass. This is the draw, a cold working process that literally rearranges the molecular structure of the brass to ensure it can handle pressures that would shatter any lesser material. As the metal grows taller and thinner, it becomes stressed and brittle, and this is where the factory reveals its more delicate side. The casings are ushered into glowing furnaces, where they turn a soft cherry red in a moment of annealing, a thermal embrace that heals the microscopic fractures and restores the metal's spirit, allowing it to be stretched even further without breaking. It is a cycle of violence and healing, a mechanical ritual that ensures the final product is as resilient as it is beautiful. While the brass is finding its silhouette, a parallel story is unfolding in a different corner of the workshop, the story of the heavy, somber lead. Melted in massive, bubbling cauldrons under temperatures that would melt stone, the lead is cast into thick wires and then clipped into precise slugs that will become the heart of the projectile. These slugs are dull and gray, but they possess a deceptive softness that allows them to be swaged into their aerodynamic curves, a geometry designed to dance with the wind and pierce the silence with unwavering stability. Then comes the moment of the mechanical marriage, a high-pressure union where the lead core is seated deep into its brass jacket, and a massive press descends to bond them together so perfectly that the seam between them vanishes forever. The sound in the factory shifts now, moving from the heavy rhythmic thuds of the presses to a sharp, frantic metallic clicking, like the gears of a cosmic clock ticking toward a deadline only the machines understand. Thousands of these unfinished units cascade down stainless steel chutes like a golden waterfall, sounding like a mountain of coins hitting a velvet floor, before entering the stage of shaping. This is where the nose of the bullet is formed, tapering into a perfect curve with a level of precision that is staggering to the human mind. We are talking about measurements thinner than a human hair, tolerances so tight that a single speck of dust could ruin an entire batch. The craftsmen here, with their faces etched by years of experience and their hands stained with the dark ink of industrial grease, watch every movement with the eyes of a hawk. In this world, there are no advanced computers to guide the way, only the maker's touch and the intuition of a master who can feel an imperfection just by the vibration of the machine. As the day reaches its peak, the finished pieces are gathered and sent into the final beautification process, where they are tumbled for hours in organic polishing media until they emerge gleaming like treasures from an ancient legend, reflecting the flickering factory lights with a mirror-like brilliance that hides the sweat, the heat, and the grit of the journey. But even now, the work is not done. In the quiet of the final hour, the inspection begins, a silent, methodical process where every single unit is measured, weighed, and scrutinized under laser sensors and human eyes. In the world of high-pressure engineering, near perfect is considered a total failure, and absolute perfection is the only standard allowed to pass through those heavy iron doors. You see them now, gathered in massive crates, a sea of gold and silver, thousands upon thousands of identical twins that represent the pinnacle of human ingenuity and local craftsmanship. It is a profound realization to think that such a small object required such an immense effort to create. As the lights in the factory finally begin to dim and the workers depart with the smell of metal still clinging to their clothes, the finished products sit in the silence, shimmering in the dark like waiting sentinels. They are no longer just pieces of metal, they are a story of transformation, a testament to the ability of the human spirit to command the physical world and turn raw, cold earth into a masterpiece of engineering. Looking at them one last time, you realize that the true power isn't in the object itself, but in the incredible, hidden journey it took to get here. a journey of fire, pressure, and an unwavering commitment to the absolute perfection of the craft. Would you like me to create a high-quality cinematic image of the specific factory setting to help you visualize the atmosphere for your video?